Hello YouTube, Infinite Magicraid community, Gandalf here. Today is the second day for Demon Conquest, and I thought I'd take this opportunity to really explain to everybody the reward system, the progression here. I know a lot of players been asking questions. Some people feel like, oh my god, we're progressing so slowly. How can we possibly finish this within the 9 remaining days? Fear not. You got me. I'm going to explain all of it to you in this video. I'm not going to go into detail about strategy for each particular boss because really we got a lot of eager beavers out there who are really going hard at it on the boss. So if you look at your individual damage, right, for the progress reports, you can actually see the top damage dealt, and you can just simply copy their teams. And, you know, I'll just briefly mention, right, for Zara, you probably figure out right away, this is a boss where you kind of have to use heroes from a single faction. If you're using Diamut and Indra, you know, you can just focus all on the Force faction for that particular boss. Now, for Demon Prison on the first day, that boss was relatively straightforward. Just there wasn't too much mechanic to it, so just go ham at it. What I will cover in the video mostly is actually around rewards because I want to clear up a lot of the confusion people may have around rewards and how the progression works. First of all the rewards you see here, right? You can only claim it once, right? So hero shards here, you can only claim it once. So which means unless there are other ways of getting these gray shards, which are awesome, by the way. We see Lance, Willa, Dakota, like really strong hero, like they're all in here. The problem is we'll need to wait until 4 of these to be released. That's right, 4 of these to be released because it takes 50 of them to craft a hero. So it'll be a while before we get these. However, we will get Sorota by the end of this event because by the time we finish, I think the 6th boss, we would have gotten enough shards to summon 1 copy, I believe. Yes, 1 copy. We will be at 65 shards when we finish Marius, but at end of Allcaster we'll be at 50, so we will see players with Sorota very soon. But all of these rewards are one time. The way it works is when your guild clears the boss, all right, when they clear it, everybody in the guild can immediately claim the reward for finishing that boss. Now inside the Demon Prison, the way it works is based on damage threshold. So every day you can challenge it once, and once you finish challenging it, you no longer have to challenge it any further. These are all like Planar Rift. It's a one-time reward here, right? So when I do 10 million damage, I'll be able to claim the first reward, 100 million, then 200 million for the last one. So 200 million for the first boss is really easy. Most of us were doing like 6 billion damage here. So this should be, even for the newer players, this should be a lot easier. Now, we don't know what the thresholds are for each of the following heroes. I hope it's not too much increasing for each because I would like to see some of the newer guilds and newer players be able to have access to all the rewards, but it's a one-time reward. Once you defeat the boss, you have the opportunity to challenge it, and based on your damage, you will be able to claim your reward. You have infinite number of tries. You get 1 try a day until you are able to claim all the rewards that are in here. So we will see if the damage requirement increases, but this is really nice too. It's a one-time reward, okay? Now, what we see here from a ranking perspective, I know now it comes to about the progress bar, all right? So people are like freaking out because they're like, oh my god, I can't do 6 billion damage. How am I going to compete? The max progress you can get, I think, is 200. I don't see anybody getting 200 on it because it's actually scaled. So let's do a quick battle test. And literally what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do 1 hit and I'm going to exit. So simulating like the lowest possible damage you can do. Okay, here's the lowest damage you can possibly do. We're going to exit, and you can see the progress I made is 50. So even if you do like literally no damage, you're going to get a progress point of 50. So that means like the most beginner junior guild, as long as you have 30 player every day, you can at least make 50 progress as long as you got 30 people participating. All right, now if we actually look again at our ranking, like the top contribution, okay? Like Massive Dong was doing a massive amount of damage, and he only got 391 for 2 attempts. The max you can get in a single attempt is 200 progress. So between your strongest guild, like Mystic Bull, versus the player that literally just started, the difference is only a 4 multiplier. All right, so if you're a brand new guild, you don't have to worry whether you finish in these 9 days or not, because when this event is over and when it comes back, if you're on Zera at this boss and you're like 9%, when you finish these 10 days, when you come back, you're still going to be at 9%. So then when you come back, you're going to progress one more time, starting from Zera, right? So every single guild, even the newest guild, as long as you have like participation, you will eventually finish. Demon Prison, the ability to get these rewards is based on your individual ability. The guild progression is as a guild. So when you move over to another guild, and I guess if they finished it, I guess you should be able to claim these rewards right away, right? But you can only claim this once. So, you know, if you are, I guess if you're waiting to join some of these rewards, I guess you can move to a guild that kind of has finished it and try to claim the reward and then go back to your previous guild. I don't know if that might work for people who are in a big family guild situation. But the Demon Prison here, again, individualized base reward. Everything you see here, all the entire reward system, you can only win it once. All right, so hopefully the message is clear for everyone on that one. Finally, on the ranking part, yes, Mystic Bull is in the lead right now. This is timestamped. However, what really matters for this racing reward is based on when the guild first finish Marius. All right. So people don't have to freak out and panic and say, oh my God, I need to wake up right after reset so that I can get that hit in. Just what's more important is every single guild member get their hit in. So guilds with 30 people that are active are actually have a better chance. So you can see One Hope, right? Like Nebula, Eclipse, the Clowns. Like we were 7th to clear it. And as you can see, it's not about the most damage you can do. You actually just need 30 people to hit the boss. That gives you more progression. So hopefully from this message, right? If you're not in an active guild, this is a really big incentive to get into an active guild. Guild content, as we see more of it come along, we're going to have more of these regions unlocked. And it's going to be more than 4. So this is basically going to be the new format as we go forward, is every once in a while, they're going to release a brand new domain, right? Maybe, I don't know yet, but let's just think about like, if they plan for 50, right? Like maybe after 4 season reruns of Blizzard domain, we're going to release the next zone, right? The game might release the next zone, so on and so forth. So depending on the pace they run this, it's going to be a period of 10 days, and then there's going to be a break, right? When we come back, you continue where you left off as a guild. So you will be able to finish, you will be able to progress. This is very free-to-play friendly, so all the rewards you see on this screen is guaranteed for everybody. Even if you're the newest guild, eventually you will be able to finish this. The rewards are tied to guild progression, but you as an individual player can only claim it once. So you can't be like, okay, let me finish this, then go to a newer guild that hasn't finished. I can try to claim it over there. No, this is tied to your own. There's no way but everybody can only claim this reward once, which is good, right? That means free to play will have access to all of this. It's just a matter of time in terms of when this is released, and it is accessible. Stronger player will get to it sooner. Weaker players, newer players will get to it a little bit later. But it is not unattainable. It is not something that's gated behind, having heroes that are super strong to kill things. The Demon Prison, however, will be based on individual, like I said. But hopefully they don't make the threshold so high that it's really difficult to claim some of these shards. All right, hopefully this explanation was more than enough clear to help everybody understand how the reward system works, how to, beat the boss. The mechanics are relatively straightforward. If you're stuck, just take a look at the example of the sample teams from the rankings, right, where you can see the individual damage. And then you can also look at guild contribution. Look at individual damage so you can get a sense of what the teams look like. So I hope that's really helpful for you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Gandalf out.